From the one and only, this is a Local 10 News Update, sponsored by FHIA, Florida Home Improvement Associates.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Eric Yutzi. Here's a look at your top stories today. 3 men in custody after 2 shootings and a high-speed chase in southwest Miami-Dade. Sky 10 flying above as the driver of a white Dodge Charger sped through the turnpike on Tuesday, eventually getting off in Florida City. That police pursuit came to an end at Northwest 5th Avenue and 13th Street. That's where 4 people inside the vehicle took off running. All of it began as a drive-by shooting at a home on Northwest 5th Avenue. That is where a man and a woman were shot, eventually were airlifted to the hospital. The suspects in the white Charger were their friends and actually then shot the person they believe was the gunman in the original shooting. 3 people have been taken into custody. A 4th is still on the run. A suspected gunman in the initial shooting is in the hospital. Police are searching for a man who was beaten and kidnapped at a Shell gas station on Tuesday afternoon. 2 suspects seen assaulting that man at that gas station on West Sunrise Boulevard right near Fort Lauderdale. Deputies were able to locate the suspects. They're still looking for the victim. Here's another look at the man police are hoping to identify. Give police a call if you recognize wwho he is. You can check out local10.com. A jury reaching a verdict for a man left bloodied and bruised after a rough arrest during spring break in Miami Beach. 20-year-old Edward Palad was found guilty of resisting arrest, but not guilty of felony battery on a police officer. Although you can hear Palad confess to striking a sergeant's back in body cam video, 2 other officers brought in during testimony revealed they never saw Palad hit the sergeant the night of the arrest.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
And police are searching for 3 robbers who held a family at gunpoint and ransacked their Hollywood home. 3 masked men breaking into the home Thursday night while the homeowner, her husband, and 2 young children were inside. Her brother-in-law was also there, seen forced to his hands and knees by a gunman, while the other crooks began a marathon of stealing. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. The robbers did get away with about $100,000 worth of valuables. As breaking news happens, we'll continue to keep you covered on air and online. Head to local10.com for more local news coverage and updates.